the elements on the websites are known as web elements. For example, you have buttons, images, links, text boxes, all are web elements. All are web elements. Now we have to find a particular web element. Finding an element is known as an inspect process. Inspecting in the sense finding a web element on the page, on the web page, web application. Means what? Finding a web element in the sense, if I want to log in, what I should do? I should find this box first, then enter some data, then find the password, enter something, then find the button, click over it. So finding the required web element on the page, that process is known as an inspecting. Now how to inspect it? Just in the inspect process, so how you exactly find a particular, there are so many text boxes, how you find only this one? Based on its properties. Every web element will have many properties. These properties are decided by the front-end developers who have designed this page. They will give the properties. That's nothing but the HTML code of the web element. So you, as a developer, as a tester, you need to find the HTML code written by the developer for this text box. Now how to do that? Just if your target is this element, right click there, go to inspect, right click, inspect. As soon as you say inspect, down you can see this area got highlighted. These are the properties showing window where element, console, source, secure are there. Under the element tab, you get the element HTML code. So whichever element you have inspected, that element properties are here selected in a light blue color. As I make a mouse over, see the on the application also the text box is highlighted. If I move my mouse outside, something else is getting selected. Means the HTML code for that area is under here. Getting? So this is the HTML code. Now if you know something HTML code, you can understand it straightforward. If you are not knowing anything about HTML, no problem. As you go on doing it every day, you'll understand it, what is really happening, because we are not going to develop any HTML code. Only what we require is to understand the properties what a developer has used for this text box. In HTML, always the HTML starts with the tags. In HTML, you find tags. All these first words, you see table, table body, tr, okay, td, input, these all are known as tags. Tag, okay, HTML tags. See, tag name. So what is HTML? Every web element represents an HTML element. HTML document are made up out of these elements. They start with the tag and end with the tags like this within the angular brackets. With slash means ending. If you see here, tr is started and tr is ended. Within this tr, there are many elements inside. As you drop down, always the HTML starts with a body. If you see here, when you just scroll up, it's having a header part. In header, you have much content about your Facebook header, and body has all this following content. Under body, you have td, dev is also a tag, body is also tag, header is also tag. Okay, so you find many tags here. Form is also tag, table, input. So out of this huge range of HTML, we don't know which is our email box, so we do the inspect process. Right click, inspect. It will automatically point to that location. Now what is the tag of this input box? Input is a tag name, and here the tag is closing. Input is a tag name. Now in this input, you have different things here. Just 1 second here. It's not coming here. Okay, here, okay, it's not coming here. So input is a tag name, and after that, whatever you see, they are the properties or attributes. So type is one property with some value to it, which is equal to, and in double quotation, that's a value for this property. Class is one attribute and the value for it. Name is one property. ID is also one property. Data test ID is also property. That means the developer has used these all properties to design this text box. So you have so many properties, out of which when you're using for testing, I should not use all. I should use one which is unique, and which is different from all other text boxes. Now, what is these properties are? For example, if you're describing about someone, suppose your manager you want to tell. So how you introduce? You say his name is something, XYZ. So first of all, you took a name is a property. Name, ABC is a value for it. If suppose there is one more, if the other person to whom you're introducing, his name is also ABC, that time you'll not use name, right? This is a manager, his name is ABC, and all the person name also is the same. So instead of that, you try to take something surname, which is unique, which is different. If surname is also same, then you try to refer him with where is he working, what is his designations, okay, or where he stays, or what is his email ID. In this way, you try to give the uniqueness. Are you understanding? Even though you have many properties for human being, right? Name, surname, first name, location, phone number, email address, job, designation, so many properties are there to describe a person. So, but you'll not use all of them. As per the requirement, whatever is unique and most preferably used, that you will use, correct? Are you understanding what I mean? Yeah, Madhuri, Sakshi?
Yes, yes.
This is important, okay? So the tag is input. I have many attributes. You can call them as attributes, properties, okay? Locators also you can call them. So here in Selenium, you call them as attributes, properties, or locators. Technically, you call them as locators. You see element locators. So out of which, as per the priority, the element locators is ID. First preference is given to ID. That means in this list, do you have anywhere ID property? This is type, this is class, name, ID. ID is there. It is not compulsory that every element should have ID. No, it is left to the developer now. If he has used some ID and value, you can use it. If not, you have to find that element by some other way. If ID is there, find the value for it. ID is equal to email. Based on this property and the value, I can find this box, text box. ID is equal to email. If ID is not there, or if this ID is matching with some other text box, maybe password is also having the same ID, then what is the priority? Go for name. If the element has a name property, use it. If you don't have ID, or if ID is matching with some other element, then go for name. So where is the name? Here you have name. So some elements may have name, may not have. So if you have a name and the value, using these both the things, you will find that element. Say that you don't have ID, don't have name, then I can take help of this class name, class, and the value of it. Say that, okay, class also is not working. Sometimes even though you have these properties will not work, okay, in your automation. Then you can also find that element with the tag name, whatever is the tag here. maybe div, td, tr, okay, input, whatever is it, button. Based on the tag name also you can find. See here, class name, tag name. Link text, partial link text are used for the links. As you have here, forgot account link, right, on the application. Okay, and you have some other links also here. Sign up, cookies, data, policy, terms. Here also create a page. For all things, for identifying or working with the links, you can use this locator, link text, partial link text. We'll see how to use that. And XPath is something, if these all are not working directly, you can find the path, the location. But to get the XPath, you'll not get it directly. You need some plugins for that. You need to add a plugin, then only you'll get the XPath. So these are the different possible ways how you can find an element. Okay, so you have to first inspect the element, understand the properties. From that list of properties, see which property is available and using which you can do the automation.